हरि ओम नमो नमः। या देवी सित पंकजा सनवरा सीनाक्षमालाकरा वीणा झंकृति नष्ट सर्व जड़ता स्मेर प्रफुल्लानना या वाक्यार्थ पद प्रमाण विभवा या सर्व भाषात्मिका तां वाचामधिदेवतां भगवतीं वंदे सदा भारतीं। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरु। हरि ओम. Welcome you all. I see a big number of participants joining on Zoom. Welcome you all for this satsang on Govindashtakam. And I'm indebted, gratefully acknowledge Parvati Amma's suggestion. She is the editor of Tapovan Prasad, and she suggested that I should talk on Govindashtaka, and that's why I'm here today in front of you. So Govindashtaka is one of the stotras. Now, what is a stotra and what is Govindashtaka? Are there any types of the stotras? Stotra is from the roots stu, with a pratyayatra, being a Sanskrit teacher, right? So stotra is something, a means or a device to praise. So basically it's a poem, a verse, a couplet, or group of, so many verses, so many couplets in praise of the desired deity, God. The stotras have different types. The Vedic Richas are also stotras. They are also, in eulogy and praise of the deities only. So they are also stotras. So we can have like Vedika stotras, Pauranika stotras, Laukika stotras, and some are Tantrika stotras as well. Again, there are like some Namaskaratmaka stotra, or they are called Nama stotras, like the Sahasranama, Vishnu Sahasranama, Lalita Sahasranama, Durga Sahasranama. Some are Ashirvadatmaka. Some are like Siddhantatmaka, like Nasadiya Sutta, giving you some philosophical system, right? So there are various types. I mean, this is just a prologue before we start Govindashtakam. And then there are, depending upon the number of verses a stuti contains, it could be divided as Sahasraka, as we all know, Vishnu Sahasranama and all, or Shataka. We have Saundarya Lahari, Ganga Lahari, so many Shatakas are there, or Dashakas, like we have Devi Dashaka, and then Dashashloki, Nabhumir Natoyam, okay? Or the Ashtakas, like Govindashtaka, Bhavanyashtaka, Pandurangashtaka, Narmadashtaka, and so many others. And then Shatka, like the Nirvana Shatkam, Mano Buddha Hankara, Chitta Ninaham, and Panchaka, Lalita Panchakam, Sadhana Panchakam. So many types are there. Now, this Govindashtaka falls in the category of Ashtaka. There are 8 verses. The 9th comes as an Arthavada. What is the reward of reciting these 8 shlokas? Okay. So now what is coming to Govindashtaka? What is Govinda? Basically, Govinda, this word has Go and Vinda, 2 components in Sanskrit. And Go in Sanskrit means multiple things. Go means cows, that is the very basic meaning. Gopala, Govinda. So Go is cows. Go means Prithvi. The earth is also called Go. Go is Vani. So Saraswati is also called Go. Then Go is, Rashmayopi Gavaha Uchya. Gavopi Rashmayaha Uchyante. So the sun rays are also called Go. So there are multiple meanings of Go. Okay. So when we say Govinda, he is the protector, the sustainer, the substratum of the earth, the cows, the Vani, the Veda, the Dharma, everything. So he is all in one. That is Govinda. And this is an Ashtaka dedicated to Govinda. And this is written by Adi Sankaracharya, Bhagavan Adi Sankaracharya, and this is really a privilege for me to talk on Govindashtakam of Bhagavan Adi Sankaracharya from Adi Shankara Nilayam, the very birth home of Adi Sankaracharya. This verse, this is not verse, this stuti, this ashtaka is full of philosophy. There is Saguna and Nirguna, both the forms of Ishvara captured, encapsulated in a single verse. And it is not only spiritual or divine or, philosophical in nature, it is very, very poetic. The way you read it, it gives you an alliterative, rhythmic stops every time. So it is filled with alliteration, Anuprasa Alankara, then Virodha Alankara, which is in English called oxymoron, okay? And then there is Rupaka, which is metaphor. These three Alankaras you find abundantly in the Govindashtaka. This Govindashtaka written in the Haribhagini Vritta or Swaraganga Vritta, this is a Jati Vritta having 30 matras. This is not a Gana Vritta, not a Akshara Vritta. This is a Matra Vritta. There is some difference. I am not going into detail. Okay. And if there are any Maharashtrians here on Zoom, this is recited in the tune of, Fatka. Ananta Fandicha Fatka. Bikata Vata Vahivata Nasavi Dhopata Marga Sodunako. Like that, it could be recited. It has a rhythm of its own. So I think with this background of Govindashtaka, let us now turn to the first verse. Very beautiful. I am really thankful to Parvati Amma for suggesting me to talk on this. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Nityam Anakasham Paramakasham Goshtha Prangana Rinkana Lola Manayasam Paramayasam Maya Kalpita Nana Karam Anakaram Bhuvanakaram Kshmaya Natham Anatham Pranamata Govindam Paramanandam. Pranamata, you all go down, salute. Whom? To whom? Govindam. You go down to Govinda, who is the very reservoir, the storehouse of Parama Ananda, the highest bliss, highest joy. Ananda, it is not just the sukha, it is the bliss, the ecstatic bliss. Govindam Paramanandam Pranamata. Naturally now Govindam is accusative, and therefore all the accusative singulars will be the adjectives or epithets of Govindam. See, Sanskrit is not at all difficult. You first find out the Kriyapada, the Dhatu, the Karta or the Karma. Pranamata, you yam sarve pranamata. You all, pranamata, go down. To whom? Govindam. How is he? Paramanandam. Okay, we already saw that. We'll go backwards. Kshmaya Natham Anatham. He is Anatha. Come on now, Govinda being Anatha, an orphan. Na Nathaha Swami Vidyate Asya iti Nathaha. He himself is the Natha. Sarvaloka Nathaha Saha. Ataha Swayam Anathaha. He doesn't require anybody to govern him. And therefore he is Anatha. See the Virodha, Anatha. At the same time, he is Natha of Kshma. Kshma, Kshama, Prithvi, Dharitri. This is the name of Prithvi. He is the Natha of Kshma. If you remember in the Varaha Avatara, Vishnu uplifted the submerged earth on his tusk, Varaha Rupa, and therefore Dharitri or Prithvi is called to be his wife. Okay? So Prithvi is his wife. Kshmayaha Natham Anatham Pranamata. So Natha, Anatha, the oxymoron plays here. He is Bhuvanakaram. He is of the form of the entire cosmos, the whole Brahmanda, Bhuvanakaram. But he himself is Anakaram. He doesn't have any form. Nama Rupe Vihaya There is no name, there is no form to him. Himself anakara, but he takes the form of the entire Brahmanda, cosmos. Maya kalpita nanakaram, and this bhuvanakara, it is possible because of Maya. Mayaya kalpitaha nana akaraha asya iti bhuvanakaraha swayam tu nirakaraha swayam tu anakaraha, but he takes bhuvanakara with the help of Maya. Backwards again, anayasam paramayasam. He is paramayasam, a plus yasa. Ayasa is, effort or something, you toil hard to achieve something, that is called ayasa. And therefore anayasa is without striving. When you get something, easily you get something. Saulabhyena yat kinchidavapyate tad anayasam. Okay. Shariram pidyate yena shubhena pyashubhena va atyantam tanna kurvita anayasasya uchyate. What is anayasa? The Subhashitakara says, the thing which comes to you easily without giving the slightest klesha, the slightest, pida to your sharira, that is called anayasa. Okay. So he is anayasam paramayasam. This is the virodha now. What comes anayasa? His lola, his krida. And what is that krida? What is the nature of that krida? Goshtha prangana rinkhana lolam. Goshtha is a cow pen. Gavaha atra tishthanti iti goshthaha or goshtham. Okay? Where the cows are tied, that is goshtha. So goshtha prangana, in the courtyard where the cows are tied, there goshtha prangana ringana lolam. Ringana or rinkhana, both the roots, they mean to crawl. It's a baby Krishna. Baby Krishna crawling in the courtyard outside the cow pens, and that comes so easily for him. Anayasam. Okay. Now playing and crawling for a small child is very easy task for it. But it is paramayasam. That means that krida to view for us also, we need to strive hard in our earlier janmas. So with that purva sukrita only, we can see that there is parama ayasa. Or one commentator has split this as para maya asya iti. Paramayasyam, not paramayasam, paramayasyam. That is para maya asya iti. One who has maya, which is of the highest nature. And because of that maya, the next line is construed with that maya kalpita nana akara. Okay. So the leela of crawling of the baby Krishna comes so very easily, but to view that, you must have done a lot of sukrita in your earlier lives. That is one meaning. Or this comes so easily. Why? Because he is equipped with that paramaya, and because of that only he takes so many different forms. The crawling baby Krishna is one such form. In the entire Govindashtaka, I think out of the 8 verses, it is only one verse which eulogizes Mahavishnu. That is the first verse. I mean, only the first line. Otherwise, all other lines, all other verses, they eulogize only Krishna's Swarupa. So, Goshtha Prangana Rinkhana Lola Manayasam Paramayasam. The first line gives you the Mahavishnu Swarupa or the Brahma Swarupa. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Nityam Anakasham Paramakasham. Anakasham, Paramakasham. Again, 2 things. Anakasham, Akasha is one of the Pancha Mahabhutas. So it is again an Upadhi. Anakasham means that which doesn't have any Upadhi. Nirupadhikam vai Brahma. Vividam hi Brahma uchyate nirupadikam sopadikam. So here it is nirupadika anakasha. But it is that same Brahma, that same Mahavishnu or Govinda who is Paramakasha, Param, A, Samantar, Kashate, Deepyate iti. One who glows from all the sides, very radiantly, lustrously, So that is Paramakasham. So Param Akashate iti Paramakasham, but he himself is Nirupadika Brahma, and the first charana is Satyam Jnanam Anantam Nityam. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma is regarded as the Svarupa Lakshana of Brahma. Brahma is normally, the Lakshana is the definition. The definition comes in two ways. One could be the Svarupa Lakshana, the characteristic, the essence of Brahma. And the second is the Tatastha Lakshana. What does that Brahma do? The functional aspect of Brahma is called Tatastha Lakshana. Okay, so Janmatyasya yataha or yato va imani bhutani jayante yena jatani jivanti yasmin prayante abhisamvishanti tadvijidnyasasva tad Brahma is the Tatastha Lakshana. Okay, but Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, again from Taittiriya, that is also from Taittiriya, this is the Svarupa Lakshana. How is this Brahma? Mahavishnu himself is Brahma. The Krishna himself is Brahma, the ultimate reality. Nothing lies beyond it. And how it is? It is of the nature of truth. It is of the nature of knowledge. It is of the nature of infiniteness. And it is of the nature of Nityatva. Nityatvam nama Trikala Badhitattvam. That which is uniformly the same in the past, the present, and the future. Trikala Abadhitattvam nama Nityatvam. So this gives you the Svarupa Lakshana, which is the Nirguna Brahma. And the second line we have the baby crawling around, the Saguna Sakara Rupa Brahma. This is a very nice play of Nirguna and Saguna together, coupled in the very same verse. And that too in a highly poetic, enriching, alliterative language. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Nityam Anakasham Paramakasham. Now again, Akasha, this Brahman is Akasha, and he makes you realize one who is Brahmavid, also he makes him into Akasha. Sant Tukaram of Maharashtra says, Anu Raniya Thokada Tuka Akasha Evada. He is, Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan. That is the description of Brahma. He is subtler than the subtlest, but greater than the greatest. And once a person becomes Brahmavid, he becomes like Akasha, like Brahma. Tuka Akasha Evada. So this Maya, again, it gives you the prime core philosophy of Shankara Advaita Vedanta, that this Nirguna Brahma becomes Saguna due to its intrinsic innate Shakti, which is Maya. This Maya is of double nature. Maya is Vikshepaka Shakti, and Avidya, the other form, the other side of the coin, is the veiling power, the Avaraka Shakti. Okay? So here no reference to Avaraka because it is talking about the Bhuvanakaratva, and therefore Vikshepaka Shakti. Vividha Vichitra Vikshepakari Maya. I think the verse is clear to you all. And if I go on asking, you say no, then I won't be able to complete the Ashtaka. Mritsna Matsi Heti Yashoda Tadana Shaishava Santarasam Vyadita Vaktra Lokita Loka Loka Chaturdasha Lokalim Lokatrayapura Mula Stambam Loka Lokamanalokam Lokesham Paramesham Pranamata Govindam Paramanandam. You bow down to that Govinda, the highest bliss, who is Parama Isha, the Lord of the Lords, the highest Lord, and Lokesha, the Lord of, the God of, the Swami, the controller of all the lokas. How many lokas are there? We come across, in the first two lines, like the context here, I would like to tell you, this is a very famous episode from the Bhagavata, the Shamaskanda, Krishna Leela, and Leela Shuka, the 10th century poet who has written Sri Krishna Karanamrita, has written a very beautiful conversational verse on this. Okay. And Balarama comes telling Yashoda, we went to play, and that Krishna, he ate that sand, that mrittika. Then she calls Krishna, Satyam Krishna, who told you? Musali, Balarama, Mithyamba. He is telling lie. Pashyananam, Pashyananam. See my mouth. Have I eaten mrittika? And then Vyadehi iti vidarite. She says, okay, open your mouth. Open your mouth, ha ha. Open your mouth, and what she sees? Chaturadasha loka, the entire Brahmanda. So that is the Leela of Mrittika Bhakshana, which is very beautifully in a conversational style given by Leela Shuka. The same thing Sri Sankaracharya describes in a very alliterative mode. Mritsnam atsi iha. See the sandhi, there is a big word. Mritsnam, that is Mrittikam. Atsi, other to eat. Iha, iti. Mritsnam plus atsi plus iha plus iti. Iti Yashoda Tadana Shaishava Santarasam. This Mahavishnu who has taken the form of a baby Krishna, therefore he behaves like a baby Krishna, though he himself is the Lord of Lords. And therefore the mother is beating, so he is, frightened and going in a corner. No, please, don't, mom, like that. Santarasam, he is afraid of Yashoda. When mother beats the child says, no, mom, I won't do it again. Like that. So you can visualize, the power of the words. It is the pen picture created by Shankaracharya, isn't it? So, Mritsnam Atsiha iti Yashoda Tadana Shaishava Santrasam, he is Bhayagrasta. Then Vyadita opened up, V plus other. Vyadita Vaktra Lokita. When she saw in the opened mouth of Krishna, what did she see? Loka Chaturadasha Lokalim. Chaturadasha Loka Ali. Ali is Avali, the Pankti, the chain, the chain of all the 14 realms, 14 worlds. They are the Sapta Urdhva Loka, Sapta Adho Loka. Bhuhu Bhuvaha Swaha Mahajana Tapaha Satyam Satyadi Bhuvarvadi Satya Paryantam Urdhvaloka, and Atala Vitala Sutala Talatala Mahatala Rasatala Patala. So the Sapta Adholoka, Kul Milake Chaturadasha Lokalim, a chain of all the Chaturadasha Loka, which are Loka. Sometimes they are visible, sometimes they are not visible. So all these 14, sometimes it becomes visible, like twinkling of the stars. Sometimes the stars are visible, sometimes they are not. So Loka. Basically, Loka is the root. Lokyate asau iti Loka. And that which is seen is called Loka. Okay. Lokyate asau iti Loka. That is Vishaya. That which you can see. It becomes a Vishaya. It becomes a matter. Vyadita Vaktra Lokita Loka Loka Chaturadasha Lokalim. Lokatraya, in that Chaturadasha Loka, what we all are very familiar and acquainted with is Triloka. Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Swaha. These three loka or Swarga, Prithvi, Patal. These three loka. Swarga, then Bhu, Prithvi and Patal. These three lokas are very commonly understood by everybody. So this Lokatraya could be construed to mean Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Swaha. But Bhuvaha, Antariksha Loka is not very popular. Therefore, Bhuhu, Swaha and the netherworld, Patal. This is the Lokatraya. Okay. So Lokatraya Pura Moola Stambham. It is the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the Mahashvatha tree. It is the root of this Brahmanda. This is the root of Brahmanda, and these are the Lokatrayas, which in the Vamana Avatara, Vishnu covered in his 2 strides, Urugaya or Trivikrama, he is called in the Vedas, right? So, Lokatraya Puramula Stambham Loka Lokamana Lokam. Sometimes they are seen, sometimes they are not visible. So, that is the thing. And you can construe it in this manner also. He makes these worlds illumine, or he makes them visible, but he himself is invisible. Analoka. Yam chakshuhu na pashyati, yena chakshuhu pashyati. We cannot see him with our eyes, but we see because of him. Because of him, he gives us that power, that potential, that sight, and therefore our eye can see. Can an eye in an eye bank see? No. An eye bank, stored eye, it can't see because there is no Shakti. We can see because he is there with us, right? So he makes us visible, but he himself is invisible. Okay? He is the illuminator, but himself unillumined. Okay, so that is Loka Lokamana Lokam, Lokesham Paramesham Pranamata Govindam Paramanandam. Traivishtaparipu Viragnam Kshitibharagnam Bhavarogagnam Kaivalyam Navanita Manaharam Bhuvanaharam Vaimalyasputa Cheto Vritti Vishesha Bhasam Anabhasam Shaivam Kevala Shantam Pranamata Govindam Paramanandam. Shaivam Kevala Shantam. See, this is we know Adi Sankaracharya as, an assimilator of diverse viewpoints. He is the one who established the Panchayatana Puja. And he assimilated the divergent opinions, the Saura, the Ganapatya, the Shakta, the Kaumara, etc., including Shaiva and Vaishnava, of course. The main fight is between the Shaiva and the Vaishnavas. And see now how Shankaracharya has beautifully told this Govinda as Shaiva. How can Govinda be Shaiva? Shivasya ayam iti Shaiva. One who belongs to Shiva is Shaiva. Shaiva is one who belongs to Shiva. Okay? Shiva is Kalyana Karaka. And then there is a story also, Once Vishnu was worshipping Shiva, and he had done the sankalpa of offering 1,000 lotuses to Shiva. And Shiva hid one lotus, and he could offer only 999. And he was searching for the 1,000th one. He could not find. And because he himself, Vishnu, is Rajiva Lochana, he wanted to cut his eye and offer it. And that time Shiva was pleased, and Shiva gave him Sudarshana Chakra. This is the story. How different sects are, assimilated. This is the greatest of the contribution to, to bring the divergent people together to worship the same, because it is Indro Maya Bhihi Pururupa Iyate, as Veda says. It is because of Maya, the one Brahma assumes so many different forms. Ekoham Bahusyam Prajayaya. That is the Moola. I am the only one. Let me be many. So that in many fold, it gives the many deities as well. So Shaivam Kevala Shantam. Kevala Shantam. Shiva is, like Yogiraj, and therefore always Shanta. Look at his Dhyana Mudra. Recently we performed the Mahashivaratri, right? So Kevala Shantam. Kevalam, all alone. He doesn't require a company. Only when he wants to create, there is a company required. Otherwise, Ekaha Eva. So Shaivam Kevala Shantam. You can compare Pandurangashtakam. Shivam Shantamedhyam Varam Lokapalam Parabrahmalingam Bhaje Pandurangam. Shivam Shantam Edyam Stuti Priyam Okay, Stutyam, Param Lokapalam, Parabrahmalingam Bhaje Pandurangam. So now this Vishnu Swarupa, again, this is again only for I think verse which is eulogizing Vishnu. There is no Krishna avatar here. Traivishtapa Ripu Viragnam. Traivishtapa, three Vishtapas. Vishtapa is a sthana or a loka. The Tritiyam Vishtapam Nama Swargaloka. Traivishtapaha, and therefore gods are called Traivishtapaha. Those who abide, those who stay in Trivishtapa, they are called Traivishtapaha. Okay? So Traivishtapa Ripu, enemies of the Devas. Who are they? The Danavas, the Asuras. So amongst them, there are some Veera like Hiranyakashipu, etc. Gnam, he in the form of Vishnu, he took different avatars to kill Hiranyaksha, to kill Hiranyakashipu, to kill Ravana. Is it not? And therefore, Traivishtapa Ripu Viragnam, one who killed the enemies of the gods residing in the Tritiya Vishtapa, Tritiya Sthana, that is Swargal. Kshitibharagnam, by doing that, he removed the excessive burden from the Prithvi. It is always said, in the Puranas, etc., that when Prithvi comes distressed in the Deva Sabha and she says, oh, Danavas are doing so much of Atyachara, please relieve me from this burden, from this Anyaya. And then Paritranaya Sadhunam Vinashaya Chadishkripam Dharma Samsthapanarthaya Sambhavami. Right? And therefore, Kshitibharagnam, one who has lessened the burden of Prithvi. Bhavarogagnam, one who has destroyed the roga, the illnesses, the ailments of the beings who are born. Bhava, those who become, those who are born. Or you can take it as Bhavaroga. The samsara itself is a roga. People want to get across, Bhavasagar tarke jana hai, right? And then Vishnu becomes a Udupa, a Nauka, who can take us across. So Bhavarogagnam, it could mean that Bhavarogam hanti asau Govindaha, or Bhavanam rogan hanti iti. Bhavaha nama, all the beings who are born. Tesham rogan hanti iti Bhavarogagna. See, Sanskrit is a language, which can mold any way. And you can do the samasa vigraha the way you like. Kaivalyam navanita manaharam bhuvanaharam. He is Kaivalya, he is all alone. And here only one reference is there of Navanita Ahara that indicates Krishna. Otherwise, there is no reference to Krishna. He eats, though he doesn't require any ahara, anaharam, okay, like anakaram, it is anahara. Yet, if he takes some ahara, it is only Navanita, the butter, the makhan chor, Navanita chora. So, Navanita haram, anaharam, and if he wants to take ahara, a plus ru is to withdraw, to take inside. And therefore, what we take inside the food is known as ahar. But ah plus ru, aharanam, it is to bring something, take towards us something, okay? And when he wants to withdraw whatever he has created, like a small child building a castle and then breaking it again, it's a play for him. Similarly, Lokavattu Leela Kaivalyam, as Badarana says in the Sutra. It is Leela Kaivalyam for Ishvara. And then he takes the entire world in his mouth. You can remember Vishwarupa Darshana chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Leli Hase Grasamanas Samantat Lokan Samagran Vadanairjvaladhihi Tejo Virapurya Jagat Samagram Bhasastavogra Pratapanti Vishnu. Leli Hase, you are licking and you are taking inside all these, Kiritinam, all the, with the ratha, with the ayudha, you are swallowing all the sainya, etc. The elephants and the horses and the chariots and the people, the 11th chapter, Vishwarupa Darshana. So that is the Bhuvanahara. He is like a Kala Anala. He is a Kala Anala. Therefore, he swallows or eats, gobbles up whatever he has created. Vaimalyasputa cheto vritti vishesha bhasam anabhasam. He is anabhasa. He is not to be seen at all. Okay. A plus bhasa is to shine from all sides, but he is not an object which you can place here a golden bowl and it will, give away the rays, the golden rays, and you are like with the radiance, you are like chakachond ho jate. It is not an object to be seen, anabhasam, but Vishnu can be seen in the crystal clear minds of the people. Vaimalyasputa cheto vritti vishesha bhasam. Visheshena abhasate. Kutra abhasate? Cheto vrittyam abhasate. Kidrisha cheto vrittihi. Kidrishi cheto vrittihi. Vaimalyasputa. Vaimalyena sputa. Ya cheto vrittihi. That cheto vrittihi, that antakarana, which reverberates with that purity, which is genuinely pure, which is genuinely nirmala, vaimalya vigataha malaha asmat iti vimalaha tasya bhavaha vaimalyam. See again, vimala is an adjective. If you want to frame an abstract noun, look at the words he chooses. Very, very significantly he chooses the words. It is not vimalata. It becomes, like jadata, jadyapaha, jadya. There lies some substance in calling it as jadya, in calling it as vaimalya, saulabhya, not sulabhata, saushilya, not sushilata. The ya pratyaya adds more wettage. So vaimalyasputa cheto vritti. So this, he can appear, he is reflected only in the pure minds of the people, of the yogins, as clear as the Manasa lake. As clear as the Manasa lake. Why that lake is also called Manasa, or why Mana is called like a Manasa lake. Manasaha idam tad manasam. Basically, Manasa lake was created from the mind of Brahmadeva. Therefore, it is called Manasa. And when our mind becomes clear, free from all the Shadavidha Kashayas, Raga, Dvesha, Ityadi, then it becomes so clear, and then only we can have him reflected in our mind. So, Vaimalyasputa. So, this speaks of the Sattva Guna Mayatva of Vishnu. Normally, it is stated when you have to divide the three gunas among the Trinity. Brahma takes the Rajoguna because it is dynamic, it is creation. Brahma is always creating. Vishnu is passive, Sattvaguna, and Jnanatmaka, and Tamogunatmaka is Shiva, because he is Layakarta. So this is the Triguna in the Trinity. So here it is Vaimalyasputa, because when your mind is only filled with Sattva, there is not even an iota of Raja and Tama, then it becomes crystal clear, and then only he can be seen, he can be reflected in it. So Shaivam Kaivala Shantam Pranamata Govindam Paramanandam. Okay, let us turn to the fourth verse. It's almost 35 minutes now. Gopalam Prabhulila Vigraha Gopalam Kula Gopalam Gopi Khelana Govara Dhanadriti Leela Lalita Gopalam Gobhir Nigadita Govindasputa Namanam Bahunamanam Gopi Gochara Pathikam Pranamata Govindam Paramanandam. Gopi Gochara Pathika is a very tricky word, very, very tricky word. The other three lines are very easy. Gopalam, how is this Gopala? Again Gopala, Gaha Palayati iti Gopalaha, Gaha nama cows. Ga Prithivim Palayati iti Gopalaha. Okay. And Ga Vedam Palayati iti Gopalaha, like Govinda. Go has different word meanings, right? The same meanings are applicable here also. So Gopalam, Prabhu Leela Vigraha Gopalam. That Prabhu, because of his Leela, Krida, he has taken the Vigraha, the Rupa of this Gopala, the cowherd boy. Okay, here you take this Gopala as cowherd boy. Basically, he is the Gopala, he is the Prithivyaha Palanakarta. But to bless others, he has taken the Vigraha of this Leela Vigraha of this Gopala, the cowherd boy, and he takes along with him Kula Gopalam, all the cowherd boys. I mean, he did the Uddhara of all the Gopas and Gopikas in the Brajabhumi, in the Vrindavana Bhumi. Gopi Khelana Govardhanadhriti Leela Lalita Gopalam. He is the same Gopala who was playing Rasa Krida with the gopis and who, like a miracle, but it was a Leela for him, held the Govardhana high on just one finger. Govardhana Giridhari. Most of these, the verses are based on the Bhagavata Dashamaskandha Krishna Leela. Okay. So Gopi Khelana Govardhanadhriti Leela Lalita Gopalam Gobhir Nigadita Govindastakam Bahunamanam. When he used to call the cows, Kapile, Pite, Pitime, there were, I mean, if you go to Vrindavan, we had been to Vrindavan last May, and there is a, vigrahas are, dummy things have been made there. There are some red colored cows, there are some yellow colored cows, and he used to call, by their names, and the entire herd used to come to him, when he would play on his basuri and call the cows. And the cows in return would talk to him as Govinda. Gobhir Nigadita Govindastakam. Clearly they would say the word Govinda when they were called by him. This is again a Leela. He is Putanama, Govinda as his Putanama, but he has not only one name, he has Bahunama. Just see the Sahasranama, so many names are there. And yet the same name, Eke Napi Namena, Ramo Rama, Rama Rameti Rameti, Keno Payena Laguna. Parvati asked, and then Shiva says that only Ram, this one word, is capable of giving you the reward of the thousands of names. So Govinda is of that category. And then Gopi Gochara Pathikam Pranamata. Gopi. Now Gopi, Go and P. P is from Pa, Papiba, or P is from Pa, Pati, Rakshane also. So Gopi could mean Srishti, the entire earth. Gopi could mean the cowherd girl, the Gopika. Gochara, Go is Indriya also. And therefore Govinda, I forgot to tell you that meaning. I mean, it's very important. Govinda is one who has control over all his Indriyas. Is also Govinda, right? So Gochara is that which is in the purview of our sense organs. That is Gochara. And therefore we call Brahma as a Gochara. It is Indriya Gochara. Indriyabhyaha Pare. And therefore a Gochara. Yato Vacho Nivartante Aprapya Manasasa. The Vani can't describe him. The mind can't grasp him. The Indriyas, of course, cannot grasp him at all. So he is a Gochara. Okay. But here Gochara, the meaning is in the purview of your Indriyas, or Gochara where Gavaha Charanti iti Gochara. That's a pasture, green field, where they graze, go for grazing grass. That is Gochara. Or Gochara means, just an abode. Go, where, like Goshtha, it is an abode. When it becomes Gopi Gochara, it could mean the abodes of the gopis. And he is the Pathika, he is the traveler. Small Krishna has a free entry in any gopi's house. Nobody would say, no, the doors are shut, no. So he is Gopi Gochara Pathika. He roams around from one house to the other house to the other house. Everywhere he is most welcome. That is one meaning of Gopi Gochara Pathika. Another meaning could be, one who roams around in the eyes of the gopi. Wherever the gopis go, they are only looking for Krishna. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? So he is in the eyes of that is Indriya. Go is Indriya. Okay. Then he goes around with the cows when they graze in the pastures. Gopi Gochara Patika. He goes around with the cows when they are grazing in the pastures. Or he is the one who goes around the different paths of the world or of the nature, different paths he travels. He trades upon different paths. That means he has opened up different paths to reach to him. Gopi Gochara Patika. Now there is another Pathabheda for that. And when there is a variant reading, again, there is a different interpretation of that. And that Pathabheda I saw in one of the blogs was Go Dhi Gochara Duram, not Patikam. Go Dhi Gochara Duram. So one who is Dura, far away from what? Go, Vani, Dhi, Buddhi, and Gochara, our Indriyas. So one who is far away, who has distanced himself, उसको पकड़ ही नहीं सकते, बहुत दूर चला गया है, अब हमारी आंखों से दूर चला गया है, गोचर दूर, धी से दूर गया है, बुद्धि, the व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धि, एकेह कुरुनंदन, it is unable to grasp. And go, our Vani, yato vacho nivartante, prapya manasasana. I like this variation as well. So Gopi Gochara Pathikam or Godhi Gochara Duram Pranamata Govindam Paramanandam. Gopi Mandala Goshti Bhedam Bheda Vastama Bhedavam Shashvat Gokura Nirdhu Todhata Dhuli Dhusara Saubhagyam Shraddha Bhakti Grihita Nandam Achintyam Chintita Sadbhavam Chinta Mani Mahimanam Pranamata Govindam Paramanandam. Gopi Mandala Goshti Bhedam. He is, Goshti Bhedam, Goshtha, that is the cow pen. Gopi Mandala is in the midst of, in the crowd of the gopis. Or it could mean Goshti as, the charcha. Goshti is the dialogue, the conversation, the debate, So he is always engrossed or indulges himself in conversations and fights, the pseudo fights he takes with the gopis. So Gopi Mandala Goshti Bhedam. So he is present there with every gopi. You remember the Rasa Leela, Bhagavata, Dashamaskanda, 29 to 33 chapter, the Rasa Panchadhyayi, the famous Rasa Panchadhyayi. Every gopi felt Krishna is dancing with her. Everyone felt that Krishna is with her. So every gopi feels that Krishna is with me and I am having a dialogue with him. So he is with the different groups of the gopis and he talks to them, who appears in the different forms to them. I mean, one form only, but he takes different rupas, different vigrahas to be with all the gopis. Bheda Vastham Abhedabham. Basically, he is Abheda. He is only one. But he takes bhinna vibhutis, vibhuti yoga again, right? He takes bhinna vibhutis to please all the gopis around him. Shashvat Gokhura Nirdhu Todhata Dhuli Dhusara Saubhagyam. It is really a great fortune, We have always been, talking highly about the Godhuli Muhurta, Goraja Muhurta. When the cows return in the evening to their shed, to their cow pens, that Muhurta, when, they are rushing towards their cow pens and the dust arises from their hooves. It goes around all in the air. And Krishna, following these cows, he becomes all, dusty because of that. This is the form of Panduranga. Panduram angam asya bhavati iti Panduranga. Basically, where is he Pandura? Pandura is whitish. Pandu is white. He is Krishna. He is Krishna. He is dark. He becomes Panduram angam asya because of Godhuli. Okay, because of Goraja. So Shashvat Gokura Nirdhutodata Dhuli Dhrusara Saubhagyam. Again, the Dhakara Anuprasa here. Everywhere I am not mentioning, you can easily say Gopala, Gopala, here. That is Nama Sankirtanam. And that is a Lata Anuprasa. That Anuprasa is Lata Anuprasa. Like waves coming up one after the other, one after the other. The same word occurs, repetitively. And then he is, though he is Achintya, because mind also can't think of it. Though he is Achintya, Chintita Sadbhavam, he can be thought of having Satta, existence. On account of what? Shraddha, Bhakti, Grihita. If you are equipped with Shraddha in him and Bhakti towards him, you can imagine him to be existing. Otherwise, the thing which you don't see, we deny its existence. Nowadays, what the scientists are doing? Oh, you show us the proof, otherwise we don't accept it. We deny all these things, what your ancestors have done. Show us the proof. So the thing which we don't see, we deny. But here, though he is unimaginable, he could be imagined on the basis of Shraddha and Bhakti. And that gives Ananda to one who imagines him to exist in that form. As we think of him, so does he appear in front of us. Surdas, for example, imagined him to be a small kid. And therefore, though he was Pradnya Chakshu, he was born blind, he always saw with his mental eyes Krishna as a crawling baby. So he would always see Krishna as a crawling baby, a Bala Krishna, Gopala Krishna, and not a Muralidhara Krishna. Ramadas Swami of Maharashtra, ardent devotee of Prabhu Ramachandra, he never believed in any other god except Rama. And Dasa, Hanuman, because he is Dasa, of Rama. Except Rama, I don't believe in anybody. Once he was taken to Pandharpur, he says, I don't want to see Vithoba. Vithoba is standing like this, kamar pe haath rakhe. I don't want to see him. But he was taken there, and when he opened his eyes, he saw Rama Raya in front of him. Whom you imagine, that form you see in front of you. Okay? So, Shraddha Bhakti Grihita Anandam Achintyam, though he is Achintya, you can think of him as, whatever form you want him to be. Chinta Mani Mahimanam, and he has that Mahima, greatness of a Chintamani, a wish granting gem. Like we have a Kalpataru, a wish granting tree. Like we have Kamadhenu, this is conceptual. We have Kamadhenu, a wish granting cow. We have Chintamani, whatever is Chintita, whatever you think of, whatever you imagine, you get it. Chintamani, Mahimanam. So he is the one who is the fulfiller of all your wishes. Why are you looking here and there and around when he is there in front of you? So, Chintamani Mahimanam Pranamata Govindam Paramanandam. So, there are, here various forms of Vishnu. Though he himself is one, he is Anekarupa. Anekarupam, Ekarupam, Anekavaktram, Ekavaktram, like that. These are, the what you can say in the contradictory ways or in oxymoron style, you describe what is indescribable. That is the way, that is why in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad we have na iti, neti, because, we are incompetent to describe him. Na iti. Is Brahman like this? No. Is Brahman like this? No. At the most, the upamana could be Akasha. And therefore, Akasha Vesaha. Otherwise, that is the nearest upamana. Because both are like, what you can say, Amariyad, unfathomable and Amariyad. Wherever you go, Akasha is there. Wherever you go, Brahman is there. Okay. Snana Vyakula. Now, this verse gives you, the sixth verse gives you the Chiraharana Prasanga. Snana Vyakula Yoshid Vastram Upadaya Agam Uparudham. See the Sandhi here you can split as Agam Uparudham. Agam Nama Vruksham. Aga na gacchati iti. Okay? Immovable. And therefore Agam is Vruksham. Agam, that is Vruksham Uparudham. You all know the story. The gopis have come to take a bath, and on the bank of this lake or the river, Yamuna river, there is a Kadamba Vruksha, and he steals all the vastras of the gopis and goes on the upper branch of the tree and sits there waiting for them to approach him. They want to take back their clothes. Vyadit santihi atha digvastraha. They don't have clothes on their bodies, but they want their clothes back. So he is upakarshantam. He is attracting them towards him. Karshanat Krishna. He is attractive. Akarshati manausi iti Krishna. He is the one who steals your minds and your hearts, is it not? And therefore, it is not just chira is the physical vastra. I mean, people say it in a romantic manner and describe it in that way. But this chira is their manovastra. So this is manovastra harana. They are entangled in their samsara. He wants to relieve them and free them from their samsara, from their bhava. And therefore he makes them digvastra, devoid of anything, devoid of all the upadhis, and he alone as the Sharana. And when they have that mindset, then he frees them all. So this is the Chiraharana Prasanga. Sometimes it is said that, it is always a norm, a social norm, that whenever you are entering any reservoir, a river or a lake or a whatever, you have to take permission of the deity governing that water. Remember the Yaksha Prashna in the Mahabharata, right? Similar thing. And therefore the gopis are warned by Krishna that Katyayani Devata is the governing deity there. You do the Katyayani Puja. And after getting back their vastras, it is stated in the Bhagavatam that the gopis started worshipping Katyayani. So Katyayani Vratopasanam. So that is another byproduct of the Chiraharana Prasanga. Chiraharana could be interpreted in various ways. I thought of this Manovastra Harana of the gopis, and one who attracts the minds of all the people is Krishna. Therefore, he is Upakarshantam. Nirdhu tadvaya shoka vimoham buddham buddherantastam. He is in the form of Viveka in our buddhi, and he himself is Buddha. He is the realized soul. I mean, how can you say he is the soul? He is the supreme. He himself is Jnana, Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Nityam. And therefore he is Buddha, and in our human beings, he is Buddhehe Antastam. He is in the Buddhi in the form of Viveka. And this Viveka takes away the Vimoha, the delusion of the Dvaita called Shoka and Moha, or Nirdhuta Dvaya Shoka Vimoham. So the Shoka and Moha, this Dvaita is gone, Nirdhuta, wiped out. Or you can simply say that the delusion is wiped out by removing the Dvaita, the duality in the minds of the people, because a knower alone can do that. One who doesn't know of Advaita, how can he preach or teach Advaita? So he himself is Abheda Bhedam, we have seen. He himself is Abheda. He himself is one, Advaita. and therefore he alone is capable of removing the dvaya or the dvaita bhava. Dvaita vana, etc. When we say dvai ite or dvau itau asmat iti dvaitam, the raga and dvesha are gone from a particular place, then that is called dvaita. Dvau, two things have gone from that, and therefore in the dvaita vana, when Shukamuni was telling something, such is the what you can say, the Puranic style of telling the narratives. Nirdhutadvaya shoka vimoham buddham buddhehe antastham sattamatra shariram. What is the sharira comprised of? It is only satta, astitva. There is no sharira. Asharirasya kuta shariram. He himself is a sharira. Where can there be any sharira for him? Because sharira, the very word is shiriyate tat shariram. That which, gives away, that which withers out, that which passes away or dies, that which is no more. Shiriyate tat shariram. So he is a sharira basically. At the most you can have satta, pure existence is his body. He doesn't have a body, he doesn't have 2 hands, 2 feet and all. He can have multiple hands, multiple feet, sahasrakshas, sahasrapat, but basically he is a sharira. And if at all you want to indicate to him or it has to be existence alone. Sat. Sadeva somvedamagrasid ekmevadviti. So satta matra shariram pranamata. Kantam karana karanamadi manadim kala ghanabhasam kalindigata kaliya shirasi muhurndrityantam nrityantam. Here also I got a Pathaveda. Nrityantam suvinrityantam. Nrityantam suvidrityantam. Okay. Kalam kala kalatitam kalitashesham kalidoshagnam. See the Kakaranupprasa so beautifully brought out. Kala trayagati hetum pranamata Govindam Paramanandam. So again it is Krishna. He is the Karana of the Karana. Kantam is the charming Karana. Kanta, beautiful, charming. Kamaniyatva, Kantaha. He is the Karana of the Karana. What is the Karana of all the Srishti? It is the Panchamahabhuta. Okay? The 5 gross elements. But he is the cause of all the 5 gross elements. So Karana Karanam is the Karana, cause of the cause of the world. Okay? Cryptic way of saying. Kantam Karana Karanam Adim Karanamadim Anadim. I mean, he starts with the creation of the 5 gross elements, but he himself is Anadi. Adim Anadim, again, oxymoron, Virodha. And Kala Manabhasam, but I prefer the Pathabheda as Kala Ghanabhasam. He looks like the Ghana, the cloud at the Pralaya time. Kala Ghana, Kala Ghanabhasam. Kalindig, that is so dark, and it's not only dark outer, this is the outer complexion, countenance, but it showers abundantly. Kalaghana showers abundantly, and similarly this Govinda showers abundantly his anugraha, his anukampa, his compassion on all the bhutamatras. Okay? Kalindigata kaliya shirasi muhurndrityantam nrityantam or nrityantam suvinrityantam. So he is dancing. This is the Kaliya Mardana, very famous episode of this. And Kalam Kala Kalatitam Kalitashesham Kalidoshagnam. He is Kala, but he is Kala Kalatitam. See, he is the time, but he is beyond any measures of time. Kala Kala Atitam. Kala is fraction. He himself is Kala, the time, but still he is away and beyond of all the fractions, all the units of time. Now we say this is the day and the week and the month and the year. These are all for our convenience. We are broken the time. The time is Anadi. Right? and therefore he is beyond all this. Kalita Shesham Kalidoshagnam, and he is the one who removes all the doshas of the Kali Yuga. He is the Hetu of Kalatraya, the past, the present, and the future. Kalatraya Gati Hetum Pranamata. In the Leela Shuka's Sri Krishna Karanamrita, very famous, this Kaliya Nartana only, I'm tempted to read that verse, filled with Vatsalya Rasa, like that Krishna Nam Gantum Ratam, Mrid Bhakshita, and then she asks, Satyam Krishna? No, Mithyamba. So nicely is depicted. Similarly here, Nrityantam Atyanta Vilokaniyam Krishnam Manistambhagatam Mridakshi Niriksha Sakshadiva Krishnamagre Dvidha Vitene Navanitamekam. So beautifully Sri Krishna Mritakare, Leela Shuka, Bilva Mangala say that Krishna is dancing. He has, danced on the hoods of Kaliya, and then he comes home and the same, that dancing rhythm is still in his body, and therefore in his house, in the Rajaprasada of Nanda, which is a bejeweled walls and all, he's dancing, and naturally therefore reflection is also there of Krishna. And this Mridakshi, Yashoda, she feels two Krishnas are there. She is pavam, deluded by Krishna's dance. And ekam navanitam dvidha vitene, a butter ball she is carrying in her hand, she divides it into two to give to two Krishnas. See how beautifully is depicted. Vrinda vanabhuvi vrinda rakagana vrinda radhyam vandeham kunda bhamala sanspan mandasmera sudhanandam surudanandam vandya shesha mahamuni manasa vandyananda padadvadva vandya shesha gunabhim pranamata Govindam Paramanandam. Again, this is, Sharat Chandra Bimbananam Charuhasam Pandurangashtakam, similarly, or Vibhum Vedunadam Charantam Murantam, Charuhasam. So that Hasya, Mandasmera, the Mandasmita of Balakrishna, and he is, adored and worshipped by all the groups of the gods. Vrindaraka, Vrinda is a group, okay? Where he is worshipped? Vrindavanabhumi. On the bhumi of Vrindavana, he is being worshipped by the groups of so many gods. To that Krishna, Vande Aham, I also salute. It could be Vrindaradhita also, Vrindaradhyam or Vrinda Aradhita. Then it becomes one who is praised by Vrinda. The Jalandharasya wife, Jalandharasya Patni, Vrinda Radhyam, or Vrinda is a Tulasi plant, because he is Tulasi Priya, Vrinda Priya. He is a Tulasi Priya. Kundabha Malak Mandasmera. His Mandasmera, his Smitahasya is as white, as soft, as enlightening, enchanting as the whiteness of the Kunda flowers. Kunda is a kind of flower which flowers, abundantly in the rainy season. When it rains, the kundas blossom abundantly. So this is the Charuhasya of Sri Krishna. Sudhanandam, Surudanandam. This Ananda, his Hasya. And Hasya, it's a Kavi Praudhokti poetically, that all good things are white in color, all bad things are black in color. Hasya is good, and therefore it is always white in color. Poetic imagination. And therefore it is Kundava. Right? The white flowers of Kunda, his smile is also, he is Krishna, but his smile is white. Again, a contrast. Right? And then Sudhanandam, seeing that is like a nectar-like bliss, as if you are relishing nectar, Sudhanandam, Surud Anandam, and it is pleasing to all the friends or Surud who have good hearts, good-hearted people. Basically, Surud is good-hearted person. Shobhanam, Hridayam, Asya, iti Surud. Vandyashesha Mahamuni Manasa, Vandyananda Padadvandvam, his lotus feet, Padadvandvam, a pair of his lotus feet, is Vandya, is praised by the Muni Manasa, by the minds of the Munis. How are these Munis? Mahamunis. How many? Ashesha. All the Mahamunis, all the sages, Muni Tasma, Mananat Munihi. So those who are staying and residing in the forest, the recluse, the hermits, the Vanaprasthis, all of them without an exception, they all, with their mind filled with respect for him and love for him, they eulogize him and worship his lotus feet. He is simply Vandya Ashesha Gunabdin. He is Ashesha Gunabdin. He is like an ocean of so many gunas. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 100,000? Ashesha. Ramanujacharya in his Sri Bhashya, while talking about Brahman, he says, Brahma Shabdena cha nirasta nikhila doshaha anavadhika atishaya asankhyeya kalyana gunaganaha purushottamaha videyate. Anavadhika atishaya asankhyeya. How many qualities? Asankhyeya. Anavadhika, there is no limit. Limitless, innumerable, and atishaya, very intense qualities. Horizontally, vertically filled. Ashesha Gunabdim, Vandya Ashesha Gunabdim, Pranamata, Govindam Paramanandam. The last verse is just like Arthavada. Govindashtakam etadadhite, one who recites this, one who studies this, we all. Govindarpita chetaye. Only criteria is you have to dedicate yourself unto his lotus feet. Ananya cheta satatam yomam smarati nityashaha tasyaham sulabha partha nityayuktasya yoginah. Krishna says in the 8th chapter Bhagavad Gita, Ananya cheta. So Govindarpita chittatva, that is the only criteria. One who studies in this manner and praises him, Nama Sankirtana, Govinda, Achyuta, Madhava, Vishnu, Gokulanayaka, Krishna. With all these names, one who praises Govindangri Saroja Dhyana, Sudha Jaladhauta Samastagho. By his Samasta Agha, all his papas get dissolved. Samastagha, Jaladhauta, as if washed away in the water. This water is not ordinary water. Sudha Jala, the nectar-like water, which arises from the dhyana on the Govindangri Saroja, on the Pada Charana Kamala of Govinda. Govindangri Saroja Dhyana Sudha Jaladhauta Samastagho Govindam Paramanandamritam Antastham Sa Tam Abhyeti. He sees him inside him as the indweller, as the Sakshi, and he becomes one with him. He merges with him. You know, Namadev says, Namamane Keshava Tumhi ho Datara Janmo Janmi Dyavi Tumachi Charana Seva. Namadev, you know, when he asks for moksha, kaivalya, he doesn't want to be one with Vishnu. He says, I want to be your dasa. This is the Kainkarya Bhakti in the Sri Vaishnavism, you know, Kainkarya Bhakti or Dasya Bhakti. Namamane Swami Sevakapana Deimaza. You are my Swami. I am your Sevaka. I get more bliss in serving you. I don't want to be you. I want to serve you. And that servitude gives me more joy. So this is a wonderful stotra. And I would like to quote from few Marathi saints because I come from Maharashtra. Jnaneshwara has, you know, how I at the outset I said that this is a very fine stotra, encapsulating the Saguna and Nirguna Bhakti together. We have 2-3 beautiful abhangas for this. Jnaneshwara says, तुझं सगुण म्हणो की निर्गुण रे, सगुण निर्गुण एकू गोविंदु रे. Shall I address you as saguna or should I address you as nirguna? I feel saguna and nirguna both are Govinda, you alone, you know. तुझं स्थूल म्हणो की सूक्ष्म रे. Are you स्थूल or are you सूक्ष्म? स्थूल सूक्ष्म एको गोविंदु रे. तुझं दृश्य म्हणो की अदृश्य रे. Are you visible or invisible? लोका लोकम अनालोकम. दृश्यादृश्य एको गोविंदु रे. शब्द म्हणो की अनुमानो रे. But शब्द and अनुमान only गोविंदु रे. व्यक्ता व्यक्त एको गोविंदु रे. आकारो निराकारो एको गोविंदु रे. And then Namadev, again, you know, this is a very famous bhavagi or bhakti geet by Namadev. Parabrahma nishkamatoha. The Marathi people here, they might be knowing, or others I will just say and then I will end with that. Parabrahma nishkamatoha gauriyadari. Though he is, this Parabrahma is nishkama and nirakara, he is born in the cowherdess, you know, Yashoda and Nanda, in the cowherds family. And he wears, you know, all the ornaments like vaki and vale, you know, the hand bracelets or the anklets, and drum jum like Sri Ramachandra also, you know, so like that. And vakya vale adu Krishna navanita chori manati gaulani harichi paule dhara. The cowherd girls are saying, why don't you just stick to the paule, the charana of Hari? Because he is the one, you know, it is very easy now for us. Why? Rangata yetoha Rajamandira. He is coming crawling. It is very easy to catch hold of him. How can we catch hold of that Parabrahma? But he has come in the form of this small baby Krishna. Rangata yetoha Rajamandira. Lapata chapata yetoha. He is, you know, coming hide and seek, playing Rajabhuvani, comes in the court of the Raja, Nanda Raja, and Nandasi Takuni, Apana Baise Simhasani. Leaving aside Nanda, pushing aside Nanda, he occupies the throne and sits. See how many good Bala leelas of Krishna. So this is how, you know, the Nishkama Parabrahma or the Nirupadhika Parabrahma is visualized as a Sakara, Saguna, whom we can, you know, cuddle, whom we can, mothers can feed, breastfeed, mothers can dress him, काजल डाल सकते हैं, नहला सकते हैं, कितनी सारी लीलाएं कर सकते हैं. So that is the beauty of this. Guru Nanak says, Guna Govinda gayo nahi janma akarana kina. Guna Govinda gayo nahi janma akarana kina. And therefore I would conclude, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate, Samprapte Sannihite Kale, Nahi Nahi Rakshate, Dukri Karane, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam. Hari Om.